Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to a brand new video from us. It's a rather unusual start of the video this time, and the reason is that this video has turned out to be quite long. I think one of the longest we've ever produced. I thought I'm going to split it into two parts originally. And then when I was looking back at the video, I realized that I cannot really make two videos out of this one, because then it would become a little bit disjointed and all the rest of it. But I would like to ask you to be patient and watch till the end. We've had rather sad news last week, and we've lost someone dear to us. We didn't know about, and we found it out last week, and it was very sad and quite just sad, very sad. Anyway, I can't seem to find the right words to express this, I'm talking about it later on in the video, and it was very spontaneous kind of outburst, and I caught it on camera, and when I was listening to my words, I thought it might be helpful for some people who have experienced loss, or who are grieving right now, or who have grieved before and still can't get over it. And so the way we deal with losses nowadays have changed. We've adopted new attitudes, if you like, and it's kind of like a training, like a brain training. But anyway, I would like you to watch till the end, because sooner or later it will happen to all of us, and we will all experience loss and grief, all those 4 stages. And so I think this revelation, kind of our revelation, might help you all as well. So stay tuned.
Ten strom je úplně suchý.
Jo, no.
Co to na to? To není propůj. Víš co, třeba ty včelky, jako včera byly, byl jsem tam, že jsem si plno včelek.
No.
Třeba to cítí, jo? Že tam jako chtějí dovnitř, jako si dělat.
No.
No. Jestli tu vazelinu nedat na konec toho, aby ti mravenci tam nechodili. Tam toho všechno bolí.
Oh, that's our sleeping beauty. Pěkné. These are proper ones. Good morning, everyone. What is today? It's Wednesday. That's all I know. I have no idea what date it is, and it's quite fresh morning. It's just, I think, about 8:30, and today my task is to weed a little bit and to plant some red onions. And we've already planted potatoes and peas and things like that. Lots of sunflowers and other flowers for the garden. But we've had like a week of very nice weather. No rain for a week. Great, because everything was soaked, and the temperatures were in mid 20s. So that was really nice. But on the other hand, everything has grown, including the weed and the grass, and it's like a bush everywhere. Wherever you look, it's lush and green. So there's going to be lots of trimming as well to be done later on. Yeah, but the main thing is, plant and weed a little bit, and we are expecting straw delivery, which is very much needed to here in this climate because it gets very dry and very hot, and sometimes hot winds, and they just dry out the topsoil. It's just, yeah, it's not very healthy for the plants. Yeah, so, and for the soil, of course. So that's it. And my outfit today, it's a model 2024 for the garden. This is the garden season. And yeah, because there's, with all this beautiful weather, there's lots of bugs as well and insects that you don't see, you don't feel when they bite, but they do bite a lot. So my legs are just like spotted dick, if you know the British dessert spotted dick. You can imagine what it looks like. um so I'm trying to avoid more bites because then I scratch and it's no good. So yeah, hence this, and layers, of course, because like I said, it's a bit chilly right now, but later on it'll be a bit warmer, so I can take the top off and just have dress on, so it's okay. So yeah, let's get started. Yeah. So I've de-weeded this plot of the garden, and it's ready for the onions to be transplanted in. We do it the Portuguese way, which I will show you. You can see this ridge. When I was weeding, I tried not to disturb the soil too much, so I used the fork just to loosen up the soil where the weed was and pulling it out. And yes, because we are trying not to disturb the soil as much as possible, because of the biodiversity and everything that's living in it. And I found many worms, which is great. When we started this garden, there were no worms at all, and now it looks much better. The soil is much healthier. Yeah, so I will show you how I plant or transplant the red onions. So now we have 4.5 rows of red onions planted. It should be like 100 of them, which is enough. Last year we had 300 and it was far too many, because they grew enormous, and so we stored them in the barn. But because they were so big and full of juice, they sprouted, and so they are no longer useful to us now. So it's going to be a little bit of waste, but you live and learn. So that's why we chose only 100 this year, and for us too, it's enough. Especially if they grow big like they did last year, because then one onion can serve 2 meals really. So yeah, so here we are. Now I just need to water it and leave it, and the onions will then stand up eventually once they have rooted in. Good morning, it's another day in the paradise. It's even colder this morning than yesterday. And so my job today really is to carry on with the garden, planting, sowing. I've done the onions yesterday, as I told you, and I've de-weeded a few beds. And Susanna later on, she's trimmed all around the garden here, which is great. It looks perfect now. Yeah, so let's get to it. Let's start. No hesitation. The dogs are out there. Rosie is still asleep. Woody has had a haircut. You'll see later on when he comes. Yeah, he's just coming now. And I need to get moving because it's a little bit cold. Okay. you're a little bit squeamish, look away now because it's a grab time. So, don't know whether, yeah, I'm sure you can see. Yeah, I've been putting a little bit of manure, sheep manure, down into raised beds, and the grabs seem to like this. Right, I'm going to show you. They just bury themselves in and they live. Oh yes, there's one. They are enormous. I believe these are, or they will eventually turn out to be massive beetles. I'm not sure, you know. If you know, let me know. I'm just guessing, you know. Nej, outburst is even. Not here. Oi, Woody. Woody likes to lick Mamba's face, and she's not very keen on it. So she makes these funny noises. Well, yesterday we've got the straw delivery. Actually, our friend has managed to find some straw. Believe it or not, it's very difficult to get to your hands on straw, especially now because obviously it's not a season for straw, but still, you know, there are tons of rotting straw next door in Spain, and here it's very difficult to find. And again, it's quite expensive. We paid $7.25 per bale, and these bales are not very heavy either, so it's not very packed, or it's not packed well. But nonetheless, we have at least 6 bales, which we are very grateful for because we're going to need it, like I said yesterday. And I've prepared a couple of beds yesterday, and they need the straw on top, you know, already, because I put lots of sheep manure in the ground, and it just needs to kind of settle down, I think, and this will help. Although it's not supposed to be that hot. But still, you know, it gets windy, and so I don't want the topsoil to dry at all. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing. And also this morning I got big bunch of lettuce to transplant from my neighbor, Portuguese neighbor. So that's another thing I have to do. There's like 100 of them at least. But never mind. What we won't eat, the animals will, especially the chickens, you know, they like it, and the ducks. So yeah, that's my plan. Plus, I'd like to do some more sewing, direct sewing, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes, because I always have those plans and then something else pops up, and things take longer than I expect, and then, yeah. It'll be what it'll be. So let's crack on. Yeah. Whee. Okay. Right. Whew. Shall I start with this one? Probably. Okay. Well, I also like to talk to myself. Mind you, someone once said, when you talk to yourself, you get the right answer. Actually, it was our friend Mandy, who recently died. I found out last Saturday that she died on 30th of March of this year. And Yeah, she wasn't that old. She was 67, very young 67, young at heart, generous, funny, kind, loving. She was one of our dear friends from England, one of few people we actually made friends with. And she couldn't manage to come over at all because of the COVID thing. You know, she was going to come, but then that hit, and then she became ill after. But last news I've heard from her was about, I don't know what time it was last year, somewhere in the autumn of last year, and she said she's been doing actually pretty well. She went through chemotherapy and all that, and she said that it worked, and then all of a sudden she's not with us anymore. So it makes you realize you don't really know how much time left you have here. So again, for us, it's like huh, just live really as best as you can every day, every moment, every minute. Don't plan too much. Just be and enjoy and live while you can. So that's what we are trying to do. Yeah, we're not making big plans, although there are things that we are thinking of doing and changing. But we have kind of come to a conclusion that the less we stress, the better it is. The less you stress about things, the less you plan and just do and live, the easier life gets and more rewarding it is, because then you are not disappointed when things go wrong, you know, if that makes sense. We used to plan, we used to have everything just, you know, pan out, and we thought, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we have to do this, we have to do that. And then we stopped enjoying our life here. And we were kind of burnt out as well. And when did that happen? Probably somewhere beginning of this year. Both of us, we've had enough of that, and we thought, okay, well, we have to change something. Something's gonna happen, and we just decided we're gonna let it go. Everything. We're gonna let everything go. Worries and plans, and you know, things like that. Mainly, what's in our heads, because your mind is your worst enemy. um, and since then, since we've relaxed and since we've let everything go and leave it up to universe, God, whatever you call it, it doesn't matter. It's been much more pleasurable experience for us, and that includes everything: work, you know, the garden, homestead, my art, everything, relationships, you know. So yeah, and why I'm talking about this is just because of Mandy, you know, and because she will be missed. She is missed already for her heart, for her, yeah, because she lived from her heart. And yeah, such a shame. Such a shame that we didn't get to see each other one more time. But like Suki, and like our friend Chris, who was much younger and died just after Christmas last year. He was only 41. 41. So the three very close souls have gone from our reality here. So yeah, they're all together now. They're keeping Suki company, and she keeps them company, because both of them, Chris and Mandy, they loved Suki and she loved them. So at least that's good to know that she's not there on her own, you know, because we do think of her like that, and we do think of people we loved, we knew, like they are still here with us, because the soul goes on, and or at least that's what we believe in, you know, the soul carries on, and it's only the body, the physical shell, that is no longer in our reality, but the souls are, the energy still here. And actually Mandy came to tell me, I have to say, because I haven't thought of her for some time, for a few months actually. She didn't cross my mind. And then last week, for a couple of days, I kept thinking of her. She kept coming to me, and I thought, oh, I have to contact her. I have to. But then I did something and I forgot. And then I mentioned it to Susanna, and she said, just text her, you know. And then I forgot again. But then I went to bed, and all of a sudden I remembered, Mandy, I have to text you. So I text her. And next morning, Saturday, there was no reply. It wasn't even seen, because you can check that out nowadays. So that was a bit weird. So I tried to call her on Messenger and she didn't pick it up. And then I called her on normal number, mobile number, and that was completely dead. And that's when I knew something's not quite right. So I contacted her sister, and she texted straight away that unfortunately, you know, she's so sorry to tell us that Mandy has passed away on 30th of March. And I'm sure she has come to tell me. That's why I kept thinking of her all the time. Yes, because she didn't manage to tell me before she went. And yeah, so I cried a bit. Of course you do when you hear something like that. But at least she's not suffering. She's not in pain anymore. And she now can walk wherever she wants, because she used to love walking and geocaching, and she was a special soul actually, and she still, you know, her soul is still special, and her energy, yeah. So now I can talk about her. You know, we've laughed with Susanna because we were remembering what we did together, and we went for holiday together. One of the best holidays we've ever had was with Mandy, and yeah, she was our dear friend, you know. But she lives on. Her energy, her soul lives on. So Mandy, wherever you are, be good, be happy. Yeah. Anyway, time to work.